And we're live. What's up, guys? Welcome to Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS. We're just hanging out. We got no plans. We got no plugs. We got nothing. We're just talking. Speaking of, we're tailgating. Let's get it going. We're tailgating.
What is that, Boogie?
It's a good old-fashioned Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi. That's what it looks like. I see a silver bullet on the side of that thing.
Dang, I wasn't paying attention. I just foamed the heck out of it. What is going on, live chat? I can't see how many are in the live chat yet. Why is it lagging so bad?
Oh, really? We don't have anybody? I told you it was lagging.
No, they're in there, but it's like just a delay. We got 16 in the live chat.
That's awesome.
What's going on? Robert Neal hanging out. Khabib, yeah, no doubt. There was never a doubt that Khabib was going to win, right? Can anybody stop Khabib?
Oh, I don't know what you're even talking about there. Let's talk about the Vols.
UFC. There was somebody wanted us to go live Sunday instead of tonight because there's a UFC fight, but it was overseas somewhere, so it went down at like 2 o'clock. Yeah, let's talk Tennessee football. We count down. We got 58 minutes till kickoff, so we decided to come hang out with you guys. JP, what'd you smoke today? What are you smoking? I know you got the smoker going at like 4 o'clock this morning.
4:30. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I smoked a Boston butt and got a couple of rack of ribs going, so it's off there now. I've got it in a cooler, just I don't know what you call it. From everything I've read, they said take it out of the smoker and wrap it up in a towel and put it in a cooler for an hour and a half. So that's what I do. So we'll see. It may not be worth the crap, and I end up having to call Domino's. So who knows? We'll see.
If you call Domino's, I might come over. I turned down the invitation.
I know it. Yeah.
I didn't trust your cooking skills.
Yeah. I've been up since 4:30 this morning, and then you back out on me. I can't believe it.
Well, last night I wasn't thinking about it, man. When we do tailgating with Talkin VAWLS, I don't know how to do that with us both together. Unless we want to sit side by side with earbuds in. Of course, we said that, and now Dauber's not here, so it doesn't matter. Big wreck on Interstate 81.
Shirt on, do you?
Yes, I'm going old school. I was going to break out the helmet.
Dude.
But I couldn't get the helmet on with my headphones, so dude, you got to do something. You drop an L to Georgia State to start the season. You got to do something to get things going in the right direction.
Yeah, that's like 2006, isn't it, or something like that? That Spot T-shirt.
Oh man, probably.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
dude. Because Chris tailgated with us at the Spot, and I saw that it's been 10 years ago that he passed away.
That's hard to believe.
10 years. So we were tailgating at the Spot. Yeah, probably 13, 14 years ago, I guess.
Yeah. I think it was 2006 when I started coming down there and tailgating. We'd walk a mile and 2 miles to the stadium. Lord have mercy.
Anybody in the live chat that's down there, we would park across the Henley Street Bridge in the parking lot there, right across the bridge, and we would hike over and down through the woods under the railroad tracks.
Lord.
It was a haul, man. It was a haul.
It was. I was in a lot better shape back then, though.
Yeah, the older we get.
I don't think I could do that now. I'd have to call Uber and have them just drop me off in front of the Neyland Stadium, I believe. Lord of mercy. So, any kind of news that's going on? I haven't really seen anything much to lead me to believe that anything different than the prediction that I said Wednesday night, to be honest with you.
No, yeah, I don't think a whole lot's changed. What's Batuli game time decision?
From what I heard, he was pretty much doubtful. I mean, I haven't heard anything really today, to be honest with you, or anything like that. But I mean, I don't even think he even really practiced. I think he dressed, but as far as that goes, but I don't think he was actually going through anything. I'd say that you won't see him before the Florida game.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because obviously, that defensive line is lacking, and then with him missing at linebacker, man. What do you guys think about Henry T, though? Put him in and let him play and leave him alone. We talked about this earlier today with the offensive linemen. They got to pick their guys and roll with them, man.
It don't sound like they're going to do that, though.
You can't keep switching guys, and supposedly Henry T gets pulled for something. Man, he's a freshman. Let him play. Put your most athletic guys on the field and let them play. That's what I feel.
I mean, I agree with you on that. I mean, I'd have Crouch in there. I'd have Roman Harrison. I'd have all of them on there. So, We'll see. We'll see. I mean, this is like the last stand as far as I'm concerned for this football program. I mean, I just don't know how Pruitt's going to recover if he starts out 0-2. I just don't see it. I just don't
think
see it happening.
Gets much more must win than tonight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean they were talking about it on game day this morning. If Tennessee loses this game, the likelihood of them starting the season 1-6 or 1-7 is very, very, very real. With schedule that's coming up. So I don't know. I mean, this team has got to come out tonight with some fire and some passion. If they come out and they're flat,
how can you possibly be flat? How can you come out flat?
We said that last week too.
Well, we said that, but you can kind of validate it. It's Georgia State. You can see how they overlook them. You expect at some point in that game they wake up and say, okay, we got to play football now. They never did. But I see how they come out flat. But after all the stuff that's been going on Twitter and social media, you got players getting into it with fans. How can you not be fired up? Like I said last week, I think they come out with a chip on their shoulder. Now, does that mean they win tonight? I don't know. This is a pretty good BYU football team compared to Georgia State, especially. Peyton Salyer in the live chat says BYU QB will kill us if we get no pass rush. That's what I'm concerned about, is that quarterback making plays with his feet.
With his feet, yeah.
Yeah, in that Utah game, he tried to make plays with his feet, but still use his arm, if that makes sense. Escape pressure and force the ball downfield led to a couple of turnovers. But if he uses his feet to run and not just stretch the play out, Tennessee could be in a world of hurt, because we know how it goes. We know how Tennessee goes. Doesn't matter who the defensive coordinator, head coach is down there. They cannot stop a running quarterback.
No, and then that tight end Bushman. I mean, with our linebackers being as slow as they are, I don't know. That one worries me to death. I think somebody in the live chat was just talking about it there. That tight end, that big tight end, Josh Lane was saying it. I agree. I mean, that right there is a scary, scary matchup. I just don't know if Ignat can just hold up, and then Henry T. I mean, he's athletic enough, but I mean, he's a true freshman. I mean, this will be a second career start. It's asking a lot of him, and I mean, that's the thing about. I was reading a little bit about them the other day, and not to switch from defense to offense, but their secondary, I'm pretty sure all four of them are fifth-year seniors, starters. And that is very concerning to me, considering that on paper you would think that that's where Tennessee would have the advantage, would be our receivers versus their defensive backs. But if you look at that, to me, that's very, very concerning. But again, like we've talked about for the last 4+ years on Talkin VAWLS, if the offensive line don't block, it ain't going to matter. And
for sure,
we haven't seen it block. We haven't seen them being able to slow down a baby, because I'm telling you, I don't get it. I just do not understand how in the world that you don't know who to block and that you're not physical enough to actually just get in the way of somebody. It really aggravates the fire out of me.
Yeah. I saw we took some hate this week in the comment section, which is nothing new. And before I get into this, I want to apologize last week for what I said, for popping up the comment and going after that guy. Shut up, JP. I had seen that dude in the comment section all week, and I let it get the best of me. It's something we talk about off air all the time. Ignore the hate and focus on all these guys in the chat. Tennessee Ball 09 are always in here. James Gentry, Troy Lee. All you guys, man. You guys are always here. You're great to interact with. And guess what? Sometimes we have difference of opinion, but that's just life. That's football. That's fine. But when you get the trolls and the negative, we need to ignore that. And I shouldn't have said what I said on air. We like to consider this a family-friendly podcast, and I should have never said what I said. So I apologize for that. But that said, we did take some hate over our comments on the offensive line. Yeah, they looked okay at times, but where my problem is what we talked about going into the Georgia State game, and then what we confirmed after the Georgia State game, when it's 3rd and short and you got to run the football, and everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run the football. Can you run the football? And the answer was no. The answer was no. Very clear cut. The answer was no.
And I don't see how in the world that we're going to do it tonight because, I think there's a defensive lineman for BYU. I think he's like 6'4", like 330 pounds or something like that. Probably stronger than a freaking ox. He's probably about 25 years old. So, I just think it's going to be tough sledding. I just think it is. And even though that Utah last week absolutely gashed them, especially in the second half with the running game, but I just don't have any confidence. I can't. To me, as sad as this sounds, it almost sounds like that. Or to me, it almost feels like that we're getting ready to play Alabama. Honestly, and it's BYU. But I cannot get that taste out of my mouth from last Saturday. I just can't do it. I just can't. I still cannot get over that. And I hope like crazy that these players down there at UT have some pride and they take some pride in wearing that tee and they go out there tonight and they fight and they somehow pull out a victory. But from what I've seen and like we talked about Wednesday night on here, last Saturday was just a continuation of what's happened the last two, to end the season last year with those beatdowns. So, it's very concerning to me. It's very, very concerning.
We got 45 hanging out in the live chat. This is just Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS. This will not upload to the podcast platforms. A lot of you guys didn't really hear a whole lot, and then you were like, where were you guys last Saturday? You wanted Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS, so that's what we're doing. We're drinking a little bit of beer. JP's smoking some meat out on the back deck. And we're just here hanging out with you guys, reading the live chat.
It's not burning.
This is just weird. I don't know how this would work. If anybody's in the live chat that wants to come on and chat, I'm going to open it up, man. You got the opportunity. A couple small rules with language. Be careful. But if you want to come on, drop a $5 super chat and put your Twitter handle. We'll send you a DM with the link, and we'll bring you in here. All I ask, you got to have headphones on because it'll mess up the audio. That's it. If anybody wants to come on and chat, the invitation is there. But also be sure to smash that like button and help the analytics of YouTube. Dude, we got like 250 new subscribers this past week. We appreciate you guys joining us. It's huge, man. Just continuing to build a good atmosphere coming together to talk about Tennessee football. What's something you really want to see tonight? What do you need to see? Just effort? Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at?
I'm willing to take a loss, as bad as that sounds, as long as these guys are showing effort. That's what I said. If these upperclassmen or whoever it is, if they're not willing to go out there and put forth the effort, then put somebody else in. I don't care if it's a freaking walk-on from Greenback. Put them in. Put them in. Somebody that has some pride of wearing that power tee. Put them in.
I am El Nino. Are you talking about my A&W mug? There was a buddy of mine that worked there in high school, and he stole it. This is an official A&W mug from the restaurant. He stole it for me when he worked there, and I've had it. Good gosh, it'll be my 20th year reunion this year. So yeah, I've had that cup a long time.
Effort, and I want to see some improvement with the defensive line and the offensive line. Of course, I about given up hope with the offensive line. I just. The fact that Pruitt in his press conference the other day was claiming that they were going to continue to rotate players like that, I just do not see it. I just do not see it. I do not understand that at all. I've never seen an efficient, good offense rotate offensive linemen like that. I never have.
For 2 years, going on 2 years now. It makes no sense to me. And I forget, somebody was in the live chat talking about it earlier. You got to leave guys in and let them gel. How are they going to gel? It's which one of the freshman tackles did they move to guard? Why is he at left guard when Big Trey Smith's out there playing? Why are you moving Trey Smith off the field to put a true freshman that is an offensive tackle at left guard? I don't understand some of these decisions that are being made.
I don't either. And I can understand Smith probably because, he's kind of probably quote unquote on a pitch count.
Yeah.
Snap count. But with that, why not move Ryan Johnson over there? Or, where is Kayron Calvert? Where is, what's James, I can't even think of his name. Anyway, I don't understand how in the world, if you look at the recruiting classes that Tennessee's had for the last 3 or 4 years on the offensive line, I mean, we've got some talent down there, at least on paper. So it's either coaching or these kids were just way overrated. I mean,
what's going on with Jameer Johnson? He graded out as the best offensive lineman last week, and the crap about his weight. Who cares about his weight? If he's the best offensive lineman, play him.
Get in front of somebody. Well, I don't care if he weighs $109. Put him in there. Yeah, they said that they were claiming that that he was in the doghouse because he couldn't keep his weight up or whatever. Calvert had a concussion or something, I think. Maybe so. So,
Ryder Kirkpatrick says T. Martin or Chaney needs to be on the sideline. I agree 100%.
I do too.
I think Chaney needs to stay in the box, and they need to get T. Martin down there on the sideline.
Yeah. Well, and something that they were talking about as far as the defense, that they were talking about the possibility of, I think, Scherer and Ansley. Neither one of them were up in the press, or both. Excuse me. Both of the linebacker coaches were up in the box, and the guys on Volcast were saying that they don't understand why that they don't put one of them down on the field because of all of the miscommunication, the misalignments, all of that kind of stuff. Have somebody actually down there on the field that actually coaches the linebackers. But who knows? I mean, who knows? At this point in time, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Ronald McDonald calling the plays.
Oh, my gosh. Ricky Ticky Bobby Wobbin says, you guys are great. So glad I found you, fellow Vols. Love your show. Thanks so much for listening. We're glad
Ricky
you're here
Ticky,
with us.
That is an awesome screen
hanging out for the Talkin VAWLS tailgate. Maybe
awesome.
One day we'll figure out how technology works, and I can go over and let JP smoke some barbecue for me, and we'll hang out together. And he's 2 minutes down the road.
Literally, yeah. He stood me up, everybody.
Sorry,
he stood
man.
me up.
Sorry, man. I don't guess anybody wants to come on and talk with us. That's okay. 55 in the live chat. Do us a favor, smash that like button. Should I show I don't want to show the new shirt because I don't want to do plugs and all that crap on Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS because I think this is just hanging out and shooting the bull. But I love the new shirt so much I want to show it. You guys put it in the live chat. We created a new Talkin VAWLS t-shirt that is absolutely epic. It's not just the logo. My stepbrother did a cartoon design that we want to show you guys. If you want to see it, put a Go Vols in the live chat. If not, then that's fine. We'll keep rolling. What do you think the offense is going to do today? You think they all we've been hearing or talking about is they held back, they overlooked Georgia State. If they did that, don't you think they've been preparing for BYU the whole time? Don't you think?
Well, I mean, that's what we are led to believe. That they were preparing for them, before season even started and before last week and stuff. But again, I mean, it all comes down to the offensive line. I mean, that's where it all starts and ends.
The play calling was just atrocious last week. I felt like.
I know, but again, if you can't line up and run the football down Georgia State's throat, then you're going to struggle against anybody. And that's what I want to see Tennessee get back to somehow, some way. I want to see them be the aggressor. And that is where this program has lagged for 10 plus years. It has.
Rain Man in the live chat is a Miami Hurricanes fan, but man, he loves this show. Y'all hit that like button. Thanks for listening, man. It's cool because we do see a lot of people from other fan bases that stumble upon the show and talk about how much they like it. And listen, you can go listen to the experts' opinions. You can go listen to Swain, who gives a lot of good in-depth analysis. Eric Ainge has a great podcast. I love the way Eric Ainge breaks down film. You can sign up for VolQuest 24/7. Whatever you want to do, they're the insiders. We're just talking.
Yeah. You're asking the wrong group of folks if you want to break down film because I don't have time to do that. That's not my job. I just like to get on here and talk and just as casual fans and just talk about things that that we see and we think and if we're wrong. Who cares?
Yeah, it don't matter. We got a lot of Go Vols coming in through the live chat, so we're gonna go ahead and show the brand new Talkin VAWLS t-shirt. It's called the Talkin VAWLS Egghead t-shirt. Like I said, my stepbrother designed this thing. I want you guys to see it because I freaking love it. Look at it. Look at that Talkin VAWLS Egghead t-shirt with Boogie Bentley, UT Dauber, and Balls JP on it. It's absolutely amazing. The link is in the description.
Over his head.
Also, the Talkin VAWLS logo shirt is still available. It's at bonfire.com/TalkinVAWLS. The Egghead t-shirt is bonfire.com/TalkinVAWLS2. Just the number 2. The links are in the description if you guys are interested. Got this one available in 4 colors. Gray, heavy metal, orange. I don't really like the orange, but you got to do it. And white. I think that just the regular heather gray looks great, man. But my stepbrother, again, designed these characters. People make fun of my microphone, but it's a cheap microphone, so it's got to be right in my face. So that's just who I am. Dauber's rocking the beard, and JP is pretty self-explanatory. Let me get a close up. Look at those designs, dude. I love them. I love it. I've never been so happy when he finished that. Were you surprised? Were you surprised with how good of a job he did on it?
Yeah, we were coming back from vacation the other day, driving down the interstate, and Brandy showed that to me, and I was like, man, that's pretty cool. And then I got to thinking, man, I don't want to be a baghead forever. So VAWLS, it's up to you, because if you turn it around, then I'll take the bag off.
It's hilarious. You wanted to take the bag off, and I'm like, no. Anybody that listens to this show knows it just fits your personality. It's so perfect. I love it. The Egghead t-shirt. What do you guys think in the live chat? You guys like that shirt? Link is in the description. You can pick one up if you want. And like I said, the original logo shirt is still available. I thought they do like campaigns for like 21 days at a time. And I thought once the campaign ended, it was over. But I guess once they've created the template to like print the shirt or whatever, they've got it. So if anybody else buys a shirt, it'll come back through, and then they can print it and ship it. It still takes a couple of weeks, depending on when you order. But the new one, the logo shirt should be going out soon. So I've heard some people talking about other shirts we've done through that company that say they're really soft and really good.
Material. I got mine.
Did you?
Yeah.
So is it like a soft material?
An option.
Like the stretchy soft?
Honestly, I can't really say for sure, because when we got it the other day, no, I did, but Brandy brought it in there to me and said, "Oh, you got your shirt," and I was like, "Cool," and I didn't feel of it. So,
so you should have just lied. Said it was the best material ever, high quality t-shirt.
I mean, it looked like a nice shirt. I mean, it did.
That's hilarious.
It did. Hey, All Day Vol is asking, where did you get that Tennessee State sign at? I'm assuming he's talking about this one right here. If that's the one he's talking about, there was actually a guy probably 5-6 years ago that used to stand outside Neyland Stadium, and he would sell them. I've got 2 of them. I've got one over the door out of my sunroom that I hit every single day when the Vols get ready to play. So
that's hilarious.
Of course it doesn't bring me a whole lot of luck anymore, but still, I've got 2 of them. So I put this one up when we started doing the live session. So with that, but I don't know if the guy's still down there or not that's selling them. But he used to walk around outside of Neyland Stadium and stuff and sell them up around Circle Park and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't have give my offer to. I got a bunch of toys because I'm like a 3-year-old and got a bunch of Batman figures back there somewhere. Check that out, though. I do have my old Snake DA that started the podcast with us. See it up there? It's the paper, right?
Yeah, national championship.
Yeah, it's the paper when the Vols won the national championship. He was actually at that game. He was in school there.
Yeah, I know it.
So he got that paper, and he had like 10 or 15 of them, and had somebody that knew Fulmer and got a bunch of them signed. So that's awesome. One of my favorite things. Of course, my Peyton Manning football back there too.
Yeah, that's sweet, man.
Josh Lane says, watching Fall Branch native Trevor Lawrence throw TDs to T. Higgins. Did you see the Army and Michigan game?
Yeah, man, it stunk.
Yeah, they could have finished that off. They threw an interception down in the red zone. Man, they could have easily won that game. Won that game.
Yeah, Harbaugh is the most overrated college coach there is.
Brandon Opp wants to know, where is my main man, our main? He left.
He left.
We got to replace
He left the state.
Yeah, he's not even in the state anymore. I did reach out to him and told him, hey, man, we're having all kinds of new people join us, having a big time. And he's like, I don't envy you guys at all. Speaking of Dauber was on the interstate heading down to Knoxville, came across a bad wreck on 81. Prayers for the family involved in that. There was a fatality, which kind of threw him off. He's trying to get connected here. We're waiting to see if we can get him connected and added to the stream. He's actually in Neyland in the skybox right now, so we're trying to get him connected. You guys can come on with us. It's still an option. 57 in the live chat. Smash that like button. You want to come on and talk UT football? I'll send you a link. You can come on Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS. Easy as that. Let's see what Dauber's up to.
Is he trying to connect?
Sounds like he's got terrible internet, so I'm just going to leave him down there in the lobby and see if he can get that fixed or not.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking if he was going to try to get inside Neyland Stadium, there's no way he wouldn't have any cell connection. I've never been able to get a phone call through there.
Where he's up in the skybox, apparently he has Wi-Fi, but it's
that might be better than
here's his ugly head, but I don't think it's working.
I don't see. I just see a spinner.
Yeah, he can't even connect to it. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. So, goodness,
looking for a third host already.
Is
Tim
there?
Mathis went around the wreck. Wait, what? I went around the wreck. I'm in a big truck.
Oh, good deal. Is there?
Are you driving down the interstate like big truck is in 18-wheeler? Like 18. That's your job, and you're listening to Talkin VAWLS? If so, that's amazing. my old man drove an 18-wheeler for a living, so that's cool, man.
Surely not.
You're my kind of person.
So, is there anybody that's in the live chat actually down there at Neyland Stadium today? I'm just curious about what kind of crowd that we're looking at, and what is it dead? Is it flat as a pancake? What's going on?
Yeah, Tim Mathis is driving down the interstate. That's cool, man. Thanks for tuning in while you drive down the road. That's awesome. Don't let them see you with your cell phone in your hand.
I was going to say, yeah, just don't have your phone in your hand, buddy.
How much heat would Pruitt have if they don't play well or lose this one?
Huge.
If they lose this game, they could start the season 1-7. And JP's already said he can't recover from the Georgia State game. If they lose tonight, how do you bounce back? How do you get this team ready to play a Florida after that Chattanooga game?
Well, it doesn't even matter about even trying to get them ready to play. I mean, we just got players that don't care, and it's obvious, and that's what makes me so mad.
Brandon Opp said the Gator Dog said the Vol Walk was kind of dead.
Yeah, the Gator Dog. Of course he would, but Simonton, he actually says the truth. So
James Gentry, you do not need Skype. What I will do, if you want to send us a $5 super chat and join us on the show, I just need a way to message you. So whether that's on the Facebook page, you can message us at the Talkin VAWLS podcast on Facebook, or you can message us at Talkin VAWLS _pod on Twitter. And I can just send you a link, and all you do is click it and put your name in there, and voila, you're here. That's it. And you can hang out with us. We got it's 6:30. We got 30 minutes till kickoff. We're going to hang out till right about, what'd you say, around 6:40 or so? And then
Yeah, I need to leave around 6:40. I've got guests over, and I got some food that I need to eat.
We're going to be right back immediately following the game. The event is already created, so you can see on the SMB network. It's on there, the BYU post-game show.
Let's hope it's a good game too. Let's hope it's not a. Let's hope that I'm not sitting here about 11:30 going, I'm done. I might
have to make him podcast again, but we'll be on as soon as the game's over. I've got it scheduled for 11, but it just depends on when the game's over. We'll be on as soon as we can get set up and rocking and rolling. Tim Mathis is on 11W, and it's voice to text. Love y'all show. Thanks again for listening. Brandon Opp, I got $50 to watch JP meltdown during the game. That is something we talked about doing one time, was actually watching the game live on a stream with you guys. I don't know that you want to see that. Oh my gosh. It's me and JP have almost come to blows watching games together. Probably why I'm staying home tonight, to be honest with you. Walter Miller says, hey guys, my first visit to your awesome Talkin VAWLS podcast. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you listening. 71D Sant says, hey, Tim, stop by Powell's and get me a sweet tea. My wife got hot dog
I had that
hut.
for breakfast this morning.
Did you have pals for breakfast?
That's like every Saturday and Sunday. That's why I'm fat, man.
Dude, Jimmy Lovelace says you guys should do a game video. Love to see y'all's reactions.
I don't know about that.
Something else I worried about with doing that too is the live stream is always delayed. So if you guys are watching on TV and you're watching our reaction, if the timing's not right, it's going to be a train wreck. Something we can consider in the future, though, for sure.
Yeah, and it also varies depending on what kind of cable or satellite that you have too. Because my parents have cable, and if I'm talking to my dad and he's watching some kind of game or anything on TV, it's like three seconds ahead. He's like, "Oh man, touchdown!" And I'm like, "Man, you ruined it for me."
Yeah, it used to be that way with the NFL games. Jeremy Webb says, "I feel like I can sit at a fishing bank with you guys and talk balls all afternoon with a cooler full of beer." That's what this show's about. Right, that is what this show's about. We sit here, we drink some beer, we have a good time, we hang out. How many times can we say we're not insiders, we're not experts? You guys are the type of people I hang out with. We're just sitting here talking. I love reading this live chat. That's the whole point of Tailgating with Talkin VAWLS. Not like we get detailed in the post-game show or the Wednesday show at 7 p.m. right here on the S&B Network. We're just three dudes that love Tennessee football, just like you guys do.
Lewis Jolly is saying BYU is pumped. I'm sure there is. I'm sure they are. You know, and that's what worries me. I mean, it worries me. It worries me to death that we're just going to come out flat again. And if we do, I mean, if
they come out flat tonight, they are done. It's over. This season is a wash. Tammy D says, hope to see a little urgency from the Vols tonight. That's what I've been saying. Every time I talk to somebody about that game against Georgia State, I say there was no sense of urgency over and over and over.
These players need to realize what they're playing for. They need to realize that they're playing for that T on that helmet and that orange on that jersey. That's what that they are playing for. And they need to realize that their mascot and their nickname is the Volunteers. And what does that mean? That means that a bunch of Tennesseans volunteered to go down to Texas and save their sorry hind ends from the Spanish. So I'm telling you right now, they need to have a little fight in them, and they need to have a little bit of drive to go down there and to actually compete tonight. Because last week they didn't compete against anything. They didn't even try. And that's what's so sad. That's what's so sad and so upsetting to this fan base is this team didn't even attempt to even compete last week.
So that's why I say, sorry, I'm trying to get James Gentry added in here with us. He's going to talk a little football with us. And that's why I don't understand how this team comes out flat. How can you possibly not have just a freaking any type of fire in you after that performance last Saturday? Juwan Jennings, you know, I love Juwan Jennings, and I love what he said. I didn't sign up for a 1-game fight. I signed up for a 12-game fight. Come out, support us, get behind us. We're going to put in that effort. Everything he says, I want to say, yep, we're going to do it. And it's like, how many times have we heard that? How many times have we heard that? How many times can you buy in before you give up? Mitch, if you're listening, thank you for shredding the meat. JP will be with you shortly. James Gentry gives us a $5 super chat, says, go Big Orange. We're trying to get him added to the stream. He wants to join us and talk some UT football. JP's going to get mad because he's got to go in 5 minutes, but James Gentry's going to come on here and talk with us, so I'm going to make him wait.
Go, James.
We're waiting on you, James. All you got to do is click that little link, pick your camera, pick your microphone, and type in your name, and you will be on Talkin VAWLS. This will be the first time we've ever had a guest. This is going to be crazy. Crazy, I tell you. I just don't like I said, I don't understand how do you don't have the fire and the passion.
I know.
I thought they would come out of the locker room last week with that fire and energy.
I did too.
I get them coming out flat to start the game, but you would think they would get a little bit more fired up coming out of the locker room. I don't know.
You know, and you know, as much as we've criticized Butch Jones and for his ineptness as far as a coach goes, I mean, how many times did you see Tennessee on the sidelines during his tenure? You know, excited and jumping up and down and stuff. I mean, we saw it on a regular basis. What's up, James
We
Gentry?
got James Gentry hanging out with us on Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS. What's going on, James?
Waiting on the game.
We want to know what your thoughts are. What do you want to see tonight? You've been listening all afternoon. What do you want to see tonight?
Like to see the offense do a little something. Keep the offensive line in there for more than 3 plays, and line up on defense.
I don't understand how this team hasn't figured out how to line up on defense yet. That's something we hear. We heard it all last year. We've heard it all this year. What have they been doing all fall camp, James? Why can't they line up on defense?
It don't look like much of nothing.
I don't. You can say Batuli's out, but Batuli shouldn't have to get everybody lined up. You should know your assignment. You should be able to line up. Again, what they've been doing all fall camp, I don't understand.
I don't know. Pruitt said he could play a little bit tonight, kind of like Trey last week. So hopefully he gets a little bit.
Yeah, we need him for sure because I mean that's the thing that we have to look at as far as the defense goes. I mean, we have really lost our best 3 players, probably Gooden, Batuli, and Bryce Thompson. 2 of them due to injury and one of them due to stupidity. But still, I mean, each one of them on defensive line, linebacker, and then in secondary. So I mean. I know that is, if you look at that defense and you had them 3 out there, I'd feel a lot more confident. I can just say that.
Yeah.
A lot more.
We are exactly 23 minutes away from kickoff. We got 60 listening in the live chat. Do us a favor, smash that like button. It'll help the analytics of YouTube. We definitely appreciate it. James Gentry, you guys might be saying, who the heck is James Gentry and why is he on the show? This is Tailgatin with Talkin VAWLS. It's the
we appreciate it, James.
We want you guys to come hang out with us, and that's what James is doing. He gave us a $5 super chat, and now he's on the show. It's as simple as that. JP, what's your question for James? You got to be a journalist. What's a question you want to ask James?
James, how long have you been a Vols fan, and are you from the great state of Tennessee?
Long as I've been alive, and my family's from Johnson County, over in Shady Valley.
Yeah,
I'm in Virginia now.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. We appreciate you coming on and chatting with us tonight.
Hey, anytime.
Anything else you want to add before we wrap it up and get you out of here?
Just play. That's it.
I know.
Just
effort.
That is all that Ball Nation is asking for tonight. That is it. That is all that Vol Nation is asking for, is to come out with some fire, intensity, and hit somebody in the freaking mouth. Smash mouth football and lay somebody out and give their all for Tennessee.
You need to be in Knoxville.
Hey, trust me. I'd give anything. That's what I can't understand. I can't understand how these kids feel so entitled and feel like that, hey, that they're entitled because that they are wearing that power tee. Well, then prove it. Go out there and make somebody proud and do something that you're supposed to do. I'd give anything to be down there. But, I mean, they had Inky Johnson down there. And if you can't listen to Inky Johnson and can't get inspired, then, just go ahead and just quit, because football is not your sport. You need to be, I don't know,
let me spin that on you. Let me spin that on you. If you have to listen to Inky Johnson to get fired up to wear this power tee on your freaking head, you shouldn't have to listen. You shouldn't have to listen to anybody. You should respect that. I pointed at the E for ETSU, but you should respect that power tee enough to go out there and give your all. And that's what Inky Johnson said when he's laying in a hospital bed and Phil Fulmer comes to see him. I know I gave my all. I'm okay with what I did. I'm okay with that being my last play ever because I gave my all. Where are those guys? Somebody in the live chat's talking about Al Wilson. Can you imagine what Al Wilson would have done to Jordan Murphy if he had seen him in a locker room?
Dead.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm getting fired up.
I am too. I hope they're getting fired up. They'll probably come out like it's a darn a big golf clapping or something. Be like a darn golf match or some crap like that. I mean, I mean, just come out. You know, what this fan base and what this football team needs is a 06 Cal game. That's what that they need to win this fan base back.
Yes.
And to get some support is they need to show somebody that they are going to go 60 minutes and they are going to dominate an inferior football team, because you cannot tell me that the Tennessee Vols do not have more talent than BYU. You cannot tell me that. But I can't sit here and say that BYU is not better coached and they have a better scheme and they have been in that program and they have gotten that culture and that, you know, BYU is probably not going to do anything to really hurt themselves. Yes, I understand last week that they had two pick sixes. I understand that. But I do not feel like that BYU is going to be intimidated. I feel like that they're going to come out and they're going to play their football, and it's up to whether or not that Tennessee can stop them. I mean, that's what it is.
BYU looked like the better team that first half.
Yeah,
at least first quarter.
Yeah. Yep,
I was watching it at work.
Yep, they sure did.
All right, James, we're going to get you out of here. Before you can sign off, we got to know what's your prediction tonight. What's your score prediction?
I think we're going to play better. I think we're going to have a lot more energy, maybe even line up on defense. And I'm going 28-24.
Vols.
Big Orange.
28-24.
That's
Vols.
right. That's right.
That's right.
Thanks so much, James, for coming on. Thanks for
Appreciate
the super
James.
chat.
Hey, anytime.
Take it easy,
buddy. Thank you.
All right, we got about 18 minutes till kickoff. We got to wrap up and get JP out of here. 63 of you in the live chat. Before we get out, go ahead and smash the like button. Les Wadley, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Go Vols. Bryant Rockwell says hashtag JP is the answer. Preach. We're gonna go drink some beer. We're gonna watch the game. JP's gonna eat some good barbecue or whatever you're eating. I've not listened any of the times you told me what you're fixing. I didn't listen.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
what happens
that.
Is I pitch something to you and then I start working. I'm talking, I'm sharing, I'm interacting, and then I come back and have no idea what you just said.
Hey, I've got an 8-year-old nephew, Colton, and he has not really ever seen, obviously, Tennessee worth anything. When I was 8 years old, the Vols were beating the crap out of Miami in the Sugar Bowl. And that's what I want to see, like my nephew. I want to see Colton be able to see teams like that and to be proud. I get so sick of seeing these 8 to 20-year-olds, 8 to 20-year-olds, you know, walking around with this darn Alabama crap on and this Clemson crap on. Forget that, man. Be a freaking Tennessee Volunteer and show some darn pride tonight, Vols. Come on.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up. As soon as we get off the air, the video will process and post on the S&B network. Do us a favor. Go in and comment and let us know if you enjoyed this. If you want us to do more tailgating with Talkin Vols, because there's no preparation. We bounced all over the place. We're just hanging out with 63 of our closest friends, and we appreciate you guys joining us. Check back in because we're going live the second the game ends. We're going to get through it together, or we're going to be celebrating and drinking Coors Light in the streets. So for Vols JP, I'm Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange. We'll see you guys in a few hours.